All right, folks, I've got another vise to review for you today. This one is the Dr. Fish aluminum true rotary vise, available on Amazon. Now, this one has been sitting on my shelf for several months now, and I just sat down to tie with it and check it out today. And I have to say that actually I'm kind of impressed with it so far. Now, there are four things that I usually look at when reviewing a vise, and the first thing is, how well does it hold a hook? If it doesn't hold a hook well, it's not going to be a good vise no matter what. And the second thing is, what is it made out of? The quality of the materials, that will speak to how long I think it's going to last. Third thing is, how easy is it to set up and use? And then the last thing is the cost. Is it a good value? And I was really surprised to say that this one did pretty well in all four of those criteria. Oh, but first, let me give you a couple of the specs. First, C-clamp. It's a pretty big opening, 2¼ inches. It'll fit on a pretty big table, and the thing weighs just over 14 ounces, so a little bit less than a pound. Now I'll put it on the bench, and then we'll put a hook in it and see how well it holds a hook. Okay, so here it is, fixed to my bench. Let's put a hook in it. And it's just like a regular cam and bolt system, like the Griffin Odyssey Spider, a lot of vices like this. You've got the lever right there. You just loosen that, and then you twist this bolt right here until your jaws open up enough just to get a hook in, whatever size you're using. You'll slightly close it down, not real tight yet, but then you just pull this down right there, and now it's tight. So does it hold a hook well? Yeah, holds a hook really well. I haven't had any of them slip, and I've tied on it for a couple hours so far. And next, what's it made out of? Pretty much all aluminum, just like the description says, except the jaws. The jaws are steel. The C-clamp, the post, everything else is aluminum, and it feels like it's pretty solid aluminum. It feels actually a pretty solid vise when it's clamped onto my table. Now, how easy is it to set up and use? It was actually quite easy, and I thought it was kind of funny. Some of the reviews on Amazon, people were complaining that it didn't come with any instructions. And yeah, that's true, mine didn't either, but it was really only two pieces. You had the vise itself, the barrel and the post were already together, and then the C-clamp. You just kind of had to screw them together, and you had one bolt to lock the post into the C-clamp. So anybody complaining that it didn't have instructions, I don't really get it. If you're watching this channel, you probably, I'm certain you'll know how to put this thing together. Now, the third thing, how easy is it to use? Well, you just saw me put a hook in there. It was actually quite easy. Just open that up, loosen that, tighten that, put it in there. And you have one bolt right here. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. It's on my side of the vise. This is the bolt that locks it, keeps it in place. So it's really pretty easy. And one thing I always look at is, can I operate it with one hand? If I've got my scissors or bobbin holder in this hand, can I do everything I need to the vise with this hand? Yeah, you can. Just quarter turn right there, freely spins. Then just, another quarter turn, you lock it. This is how you'd normally tie if you want to flip it over. And I've got just enough tension on it that I could still turn it in there and it's not going to move around on me if I want to look at the underside or tie on it like this. Now, one thing you will note if you're using it as a rotary to spin your woolly buggers or anything like that, you do have to get the hook shank in line with the axis of rotation. So you'll take one of the Allen keys that came with it. Got this little bolt right here. You'll loosen this bolt. Actually, it's on this side right here. You loosen that and then move the arm up and down till the hook you have is in line with the axis. And then you tighten it back up with the Allen key. It's not hard to do, but it's also something that you don't do every fly. I mean, you might do it every time you change the hook or every time you're tying something where you need the rotary, but really it's an adjustment that you don't make all the time. And even when you do, it was pretty simple to do. So the last thing I want to talk about is the price. How economical is it? Well, as of today, in February 2024, it's $56 on Amazon. And I would compare this to the Griffin Odyssey Spider, which is twice that much. It's really a pretty solid vise. It did pretty well, had high marks for the first three criteria. And then the last one, probably the highest marks because it's half the price of other true rotaries out there. Now, I do like to mention the cons on anything I'm reviewing, and this one, really the only con I could find was that the stem height is not adjustable. It's got threaded grooves, so you twist this C-clamp around it, and then you lock that bolt, and whatever height it is, that's the height you're going to get. But it's not really a big detractor. It's pretty much set at the height you'd want it at. Now, one of the other pros that I didn't mention is this case. It comes with a really nice case, probably Cordura nylon with a nice zipper. It's got some closed cell foam in here. When you're put it in here, you take the C-clamp off, you put the C-clamp right here and then just lay the vise in right here. And it's got a little thing you could take out right here if you wanted to put your scissors and bobbin holder in here, and then a little thing right there. So you could really use this as a travel bag for the vise and all the tools you're going to need. So in a nutshell, would I recommend this vise? Yeah, I really would. It's not a high-end vise, but it doesn't have a high-end price tag either. And it's just really solid and feels pretty good to use. So if you're a new tyer and tying with an introductory vise or maybe something that came with a kit, this is definitely an upgrade. But if you're a veteran tyer and already tying with a nice vise, this might be something to consider for your travel vise. Okay, since I like to give away the products I review on here, let's do that with this one. I need to think of a hashtag. I didn't even think of one yet. Skunk. See a skunk tail hanging on my wall over there? Let's do skunk. So if you're new here, how we do it, just leave a comment. Anywhere in your comment, put skunk. Today is Sunday, February 25th, 2024. Let's say next Wednesday, I'll go to the random comment picker and pick a winner. And I hate to have to do this, but I'm going to have to limit this one to folks in the US. Just sending something like this overseas would probably cost me more than I paid for the vise. So that's it, my friends. I appreciate you watching. Good luck. See you in a couple days.